Did you figure out what's going on with these?
Yes.
What was the problem?
The holes.
The holes?
Yes.
What about the holes?
They use...
Isn't the hole always the problem?
I know.
What do they use? What happened?
They use like 1 inch plus the grill, the speaker, and the fiberglass, the pod. It doesn't hold nothing.
Oh.
See, they use this one. It's not even, the screw did not even go through.
Okay, well then they definitely fall out. So it's pre-drilled though, right?
Yes,
there.
this is apparently the factory ones.
Okay.
So that's what we want to use.
So you got some longer screws?
I got some 2 inch.
It's amazing what an extra inch will give you.
I know, right? It's always an inch, buddy.
So we'll get those screwed in right so they won't fall out anymore. That'll be a big plus. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start working on this hole in the dash here. So for this, he has this JVC in here, perfectly fine radio, works great. He just wants Android Auto, so we're gonna go with this MVH 2300. Now this is the kit he has. He's modified it a little bit to get into the dash. This will fit in there, but really snug, so there's no way you're doing a motorized one in this particular. It's got this cool little door that comes over it like this. It's supposedly some form of a splash guard. But what we want to do is we want to get this mounted in here, and then there's like an 1/8 inch gap all the way around where they put these spacers. These guys right here, there's little tiny spacers all the way around to ride the thing. What I'm thinking I'm going to be able to do is make some kind of a bottom splash guard by taking advantage of those gaps. So we'll get this mounted, get it in the car, and start cutting some plastic to see if we can't make this a little bit splash proof. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually start with the bottom and make a lip that comes out. I just need to measure how much depth I have to do that. So it looks like there's about an inch gap between this and the back. Cut a piece about 6 inches by 7. Alright, this thing is all set. We put some foam across the back because there is 1 or 2 wires that are coming up behind here, so we want to make sure we insulate that too. Should work good. Let's get it in the car. So we have the amps mounted in place. We started putting the back together, adding the floor pans. Let's take a look at it real quick. The amps are mounted. We ran the wire, like we said, the signal wire and the speaker wire for the top are run up through here. The sub wire's in. Here's the wires for that side, along with the light wire is also in there. This side is going in. I already have this floor pan back in. Fernando got the battery all hooked up, and what we did in this is we ran a ground down here to the actual ground, and then here's our fuse holder here. We didn't try to ground it some other place, we just took it to the battery's ground. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the back of this car put back together. right, guys, we are in the home stretch as far as getting this thing back together. We just got the roll cage on. I'm finishing putting the dash back together. Fernando's working on the last speaker. Now, one thing we did have to do is we had to pause and take about an hour to redo something. The whole purpose of using the Rockford amp in this was because it was the only one that had a volume knob. What we found out is that the PLC2 is a bass knob, not a volume knob. So if you're doing one of these little 402s and you're thinking it's gonna be a volume knob, it's not. So we had to take it all back apart. Yeah, the whole thing, so that we could run another RCA and put a LC little volume control in the dash in place of the PLC2. So that really set us back a lot. As you can see, it's really dark outside. So where we're at right now, I just put these two little pieces on here. I just finished screwing the roll cage in. This was the connector that we made here. So this is gonna tuck up inside of this. What Fernando's doing is he's attaching the last connector right here. We used for the lights, you know, it's a 4 conductor, so we used one of the 4 conductor pins like we did underneath the hood, and then we used a 2 conductor pin because I didn't know this was actually coming in today, or probably would have ordered something with 6 conductor. You know, every pod will be removable, so that's what you've been seeing Fernando wiring up, is getting those plugs set in there. I'm pretty excited. We're almost to the point to where we can actually see the lights and hear it. I'm gonna finish screwing this thing back together and we'll check back in a couple minutes. So we got the seat back in, as you can see. I'm gonna wait a little bit because he's got to solder some wires, so I don't want to turn it on until he's done with that. More soldering, I know, right? Other than that, we have the car back together because it is ultra dark and late. Get the heck out of here. Sound good, Fernando?
Oh, sounds amazing.
There you go. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to wait a minute. We haven't finished the other show. It's still here. So check it out. We were here late last night. I don't know how much of it we actually filmed. You just watch that. What we have to do this morning before this thing can get the heck out of here is put the passenger seat in, tune it, do polarity check, all that fun stuff, see how it sounds, let you guys see it, and get it gone. First thing on the list is I'm gonna help Fernando get the seat in, then I'm gonna do some other stuff. So let's get rocking, shall we? Watch the bottom. Got a beat, you can almost dance to it. Alright, so this side of the car is green, that side of the car is red. All right, so somehow red on one side, green on the other. We're gonna fix it real quick. Awesome. Good. All right, we're good. We have them all going the same direction. Yay.
Yeah, almost. Not yet.
All right, we got this one the way we want it. It's all good. We're gonna do a software update. Get it out of here. While it's doing the software update though, I'm gonna show you all the little things that we did. So give me 1 second. So when this came in, these things were just screaming because they were getting powered off of a small amplifier and there was no level control. So we added in its own little amplifier and put a volume knob to control it right here. So now when he's driving down the road, if he wants these super hot, they can be. If he wants to turn them down because they're right there behind his head, he can. He's got these 4 guys right here that we rewired. They got the cool lights, so we ran all of that. All these have their own connection so that if he needs to service it, they'll just unplug and plug back in. So it makes it real easy to work on there. And of course, last but not least, we went ahead and mounted the amplifiers inside of here. We have the cool Rockford that's powering these up there. This little 5 channels, what he had, that's powering everything else. And of course we swapped out the radio because he wanted CarPlay, so it's got the 2330 in it, doing the software update. All right guys, so there's the Sling Shot. What do you think, Fernando? Can't wait to do the next one. All right, this was fun. It was a lot of fun. If you got a Sling Shot and you want us to do it, swing it on by. We'll take care of it. And with that, you guys have a great night as always.
See you later. Bye.